So today I just want to talk a little bit about clothing. Clothing in a survival situation is going to be your first line of defense. And yeah, we don't always have the ability to be prepared clothing-wise. Sometimes a situation could happen when we're in our car or at work and we have to make do with what we're wearing. But if we have the time to throw on a proper pair of clothing, here's what I would suggest. And this is based on years of experience, and also I'll tell you that the area I live in is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So right now there's about half a foot of snow on the ground, and the temperature right now is about -4. And last week we had wind chills down to -35, so it gets very cold here. And we're only in early December right now, so it'll get even colder in January and February. But here's my suggestions for clothing. First of all, your base layer. This is your first line of defense. I have some Nike dry fit boxers, some wool socks, and an Under Armour thermal shirt. So that's your first line. The second line of defense is basically your secondary clothing, your mid layer, and that's what this is. This is your first mid layer. I have some Under Armour, basically long john type pants, and a long john type shirt. It's actually a jogging shirt made by Brooks. And I prefer a very bright neon green, yellowish color because, first of all, I'll coat over it with more camouflage colors. But if I need to be seen, sometimes you want to hide, sometimes you want to be seen. So I always suggest packing both spectrums. In my bug out bag, you'll see I have a neon rescue shirt as well as a camouflage shirt, because if you're driving and you get stranded on the side of the road and you have to hike through something, you're going to want to be seen. Whereas if you're in a bad bug out situation where there's hostiles in your area, you're not going to want to be seen. So that's my reason behind the coloring there, and this is my first mid layer. Your next layer is your kind of outer layer, not your shell, but your last inside layer. And first of all, for top options, wool and fleece are the best. They're both gonna retain their warming properties when wet versus synthetic materials, which won't. They both dry out very quickly, fleece more than wool. And I chose a guide wear fleece here just because it's about twice as thick as any other fleece I've found. Even if you get a thick North Face fleece pullover, it's going to be about half to a third as thick as that. So make sure you're getting some thick fleece or a wool sweater. Next here we have some Cabela's cargo hiking pants. They're triple reinforced at most of the seams, and they're double reinforced at points of impact like your knees and the bottom of the pant legs. They also have lots of pockets. And then as far as a belt, lots of people buy military belts, scout belts, tactical belts, etc. A genuine, well-crafted, tough leather belt is going to be better than pretty much anything else. This is a Coach leather belt. They're not super expensive, about $60, but I've had it for about 3 years, and I've worn it every day for about 3 years. I've been on tons of hiking trips with it, and as you can see, the thing is virtually brand new looking. So except for I believe it folds right there where I wear it at the waist, but other than that, This thing stands up to anything. Very tough and durable. So that is my outer layer. Now your outer layer is your shell, and this is a very important layer because this is what keeps the real tough elements away from you. So in my boots here, I have these are Loa hiking boots. Very tough, rugged boots, paracord type laces in them. They're built so tough. I haven't had any problems with them in tons of hiking trips. And they're also waterproof all the way up to here. So, and they're made with Gore-Tex too, so they are breathable as well as waterproof. Next, I have a pair of ski gloves and a Carhartt fleece hat. I prefer my hat to be fleece over anything else because it's fast drying and it's very warm. I know they make Gore-Tex hats. I know they have like the big fur hats and everything, but I prefer just a small fleece hat. That's fine with me. And then outside, I have a Spider storm shell type jacket. And it's very important to me that they have hoods because that stops water from leaking in under your shoulders. So nice storm shell jacket there, and that's my outer layer.